and I am still. But I turned to the brand consultant, Simon Manship, and asked him whether companies could be just a bit too clever when it comes to branding.
It comes from quite a long line of good stunts using brand names. And I think actually in the electronic car world, the naming is pretty rubbish, actually. If you look at the way that cars are named out there, from Nissan Leafs to i3s to Bolts and things like that, it's all rather dire. And so to have a play on the brand name like that felt like a bit of a gift. And I have seen it done elsewhere to kind of good effect, where you've seen kind of interesting ways of using brand names to apologise. You know, KFC famously swapped those letters around when they ran out of chicken to apologise to the nation. And actually, I've even seen it used on Hershey bars when they discovered that her and she could be split up. They used the platform there to promote female creativity, which is really, really great. And so I think when I first saw it, I thought, oh, okay, it's in one of the kind of the long line of playing with the brand names, but it is a bit of a gift, the way that Volt and Volk is so close together. So it's kind of quite pleasing, I suppose.
Do you think this is part of getting away from Dieselgate, from the scandals around the diesel testing? Have they still got a job to do here, or is that fading from people's memory?
Yeah, I think that, there's a lot of nonsense spoken about in branding. And I think that the general best rule of thumb is that brand work is there to manage reputation. That's what it does really, really well. And clearly they have a few skeletons in their cupboard there, and they haven't completely been brushed away. I think people do have a fairly long memory in that respect, but they're well on the way to establishing new behaviours. And I'm sure that they were acutely aware of that as their decision making went forward here. I think all brands are continually, if they're doing it well, continually updating and continually managing those reputations through their actions. And of course, branding, whether it's naming or logos or colours or typefaces or any of those things, all help to contribute to the image of the organisation, and that image helps manage the reputation.
Do you think everybody else is going to be rebranding themselves? I mean, I'm just looking actually at the GM new logo, which is meant to, I'm not sure if it does, resemble an electric plug.
Yeah.
Do you think everyone's going to be going down this way? We're going to be putting flashes of lightning and sort of zigzags all over their logos. And
I think that actually,
wheezy names.
Yeah. Well, I think that the move to electric has signalled lots of change in the car industry, most of it positive. And I think that you are already seeing lots of indications on existing car brands that they've gone electric. Flashes of blue, changes of colour, the way that lighting changes. I've actually got an electric car, and it feels very, very different in the way that they've branded it, the way the lights change, etc., are specific to that kind of electric EV vehicle. But there are lots of updates also happening in the car world in terms of their visual brand identities. I believe Renault has recently undergone a new badge. BMW had a new flat design introduced, heralding in this new wave of thinking. So yes, I think all of the car brands are acutely aware that this gives them an opportunity to manage that reputation in a smart way, update their image, update their branding, and make sure that they're leading the pack rather than following.
That was the brand consultant, Simon Manship. And the latest word, let's just get this absolutely straight, the latest word from VW is, it's a joke, they're not changing their name.